Coming up on Cronkite News, one of the best high school basketball players in the country took the court with Team USA in Colorado.
Then, a former NFL player turned head coach of a high school football team. The changes he's bringing to the team's culture.
Plus, the governor's race continues to heat up, and a new poll shows who's taken the lead for the state's position.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Nikki Pica.
And I'm Edison LaCour. Thank you for joining us. ASU is entering its second season under head coach Willie Bloomquist. After a tough 2022 campaign, this Sun Devil squad is hoping to bring some excitement back to Phoenix Municipal Stadium. There will be a lot of new faces this year, with more than half the roster filled with incoming freshmen and players from the transfer portal. The transfer portal proved valuable in filling gaps up and down the lineup, bringing in players with experience who the team hopes can deliver in crunch time. Bloomquist knows chemistry takes time to develop, but is excited to get to work.
They've all been taught different things, and now it's like, hey, we got to, I don't want to say forget that, but this is our way of doing things here, and trying to ingrain that in them, and that's a challenge, certainly, but we still have work to do, but I'm anxious to tee it up against somebody in a different uniform.
In Colorado to check out the performance from the one young star.
Perry High School sophomore Koa Pete recently took part in USA Basketball's Junior National Minicamp, where the top prep players in the country competed at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. The 6'7" power forward has quickly made a name for himself after winning an Arizona High School State Championship in March. A few months later, the 15-year-old won a FIBA World Cup gold medal in Spain as a member of the Team USA 17U junior national team.
I've been playing all my whole life, so I'm kind of used to it, but it's great. It's obviously a challenge. You go out there into Spain and you're playing against Spain, hometown. It's big.
Throughout that summer, the sophomore showed his older teammates a thing or two about his game.
You know, Cole Pete, Cooper Flag, all of them, a lot of potential. You know, they did what they needed to do out there and showed that really age don't matter, and it's all about what's in between these lines.
From Arizona State champion to FIBA World Cup gold medalist, Koa Pete takes on a leadership role here for Team USA.
A lot of coaches have been coming telling me that, you know, he's really taking an assertive approach to being a leader. And so it's just going to make him that much better of a player.
I'm just trying to be the first to every drill and just be a leader out here. Show the people that haven't been here what to do and lead by example.
Once stepping on the hardwood, he's a man among boys, as his high IQ separates him from others.
I mean, he's a man. He's like basically a man-child. I mean, you know, you won't know his age. You wouldn't know he was 15 until he said something, you know, said something silly. You're like, oh, he's only 15, forgot. But if you look at his court play and what he does on the court, you just would not be able to tell, because he's very mature. He goes about the game in a mature fashion.
And Pete's performance will continue to grow moving forward from lessons learned at USA Basketball. In Colorado Springs, Ryan Meza, Cronkite News.
Pete already has college offers from Baylor, the University of Arizona, Stanford, and Illinois, among others.
ASU basketball also benefited from the transfer portal this season, and Coach Bobby Hurley found out that great things come in pairs. Prior to donning maroon and gold, the Cambridge brothers each played for different schools. Devon, the younger sibling, was at Auburn for the past 3 years, while Desmond Jr. came from the University of Nevada after playing there for 1 season. Desmond Jr. had other plans before deciding to finish his last year of eligibility at ASU to play with his brother.
I was going to go pro, but when I heard that he wanted to leave Auburn, it wasn't even a question. So, yeah, it's been great so far.
The brothers will play together for the first time in their Sun Devil uniforms at the season opener in Desert Financial Arena on November 7th.
After 20 years in the NFL, an Arcadia football coach brings life lessons to the sidelines. Cronkite News reporter Michelle Aaron explains how Coach Ray Brown is changing the culture of football and leadership.
After a losing season during COVID, the Arcadia football program decided to move in a new direction with a new head coach. Former NFL lineman Ray Brown wasn't looking to coach high school football, but gladly stepped in to help the program. Now in his second season, he has become the perfect fit to lead the Titans.
It's a payback. It's an opportunity for me to serve, because that's what I do. My coaching form is that I serve.
Coach Brown has high expectations for his players, but at the same time, he encourages them and reminds them that they don't have to be perfect. They are allowed to have a little fun too.
I really joke with these guys, but I'm real honest with them. I'm transparent, and I'm just trying to be the best coach I can be.
Coach Brown believes the most important ability he can teach these kids is responsibility.
He really stays on us. He cares about our grades. He cares about us as people. He always makes sure we do the right things in life.
For these kids here at Arcadia, their coach is so much more than just another coach. He's also a friend and a mentor. He teaches them about life beyond the ball.
I learned just how to be a good student and how to work well with others. That's only something you can learn in football, really.
Coach Brown doesn't take all the credit for turning this team around. He is grateful to the boosters for contributing funds to a strong off-season program. Plus, Brown isn't the only coach with NFL experience on the Titans staff. 4 other assistants on his staff spent time in the NFL.
Who wants to be a mediocre coach? Are you kidding me? I want to be a coach that somebody remembers.
This young Titans team knows how special their coaches are. They feel they have a shot not only to make the playoffs, but to win a 4A title. In Arcadia, Michelle Aaron, Cronkite News.
Arcadia is 3-2 on the year and will take on undefeated Marcos Deniza tonight on the road.
The casual weekend golfer now has the chance to acquire custom equipment, thanks to one company in Scottsdale. Cronkite News reporter Connor Bonfilio explores the science behind the clubs.
Picking the right golf club takes a few swings, some expert evaluation, and a whole lot of science. TrueSpec Golf, a club fitting company in Scottsdale, offers the average golfer a chance to fine-tune their game. Their formula for yielding the best results is simple.
You find a qualified club fitter, you go through the process, you look at the data and you base it on science.
Science and data are crucial in finding the right equipment. Just ask Blake Smith, a master club fitter. Smith and the rest of the fitters analyze launch monitor data to confirm their club selection.
We use Foresight GC Quad, so we're able to use that technology to look at data, and that data really helps us drive the fitting.
Foresight GC Quad is a quadrascopic high-speed camera system. It uses exact measurements to gather the most accurate data possible. Club fitters look for several data parameters in particular.
Club head speed, ball speed, efficiency, land angle is very important, spin rates, launch angle, dynamic loft.
Once data is gathered on clubs, the specs are sent to the build shop. Builders will ensure proper measurements as well as the correct head, shaft, and grip.
It is here where hundreds of golf clubs get built every single day, but safety and quality control remain their #1 priorities. Workers in the build shop have to deal with the heat outside and inside.
It's so crucial.
Adam Kamak, a longtime customer, says build shop expertise cannot go unnoticed.
There's quite a bit of variance in shaft manufacturing, and these guys just get that totally dialed in.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or an obsessive player, TrueSpec's fitting and building process can create a set of professional level clubs for anyone. In Scottsdale, Connor Bonfilio, Cronkite News.
I'm Diana Quintero. Coming up after the break, I'll have your top news stories. As elections approach, the latest poll shows who is taking the lead for the state's governor position. We break down the current race predictions. Plus, this document is affecting the Mexican community around the state. We have the details coming up.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Hello, I'm Adrienne Farewell, and I'm proud to serve as General Manager of Arizona PBS. From Phoenix to the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff to Prescott, and everywhere in between, this station is the best way to remain connected to all that's going on in our beautiful state. So whether you're interested in arts, culture, and music, to local politics and education, we've got you covered. You're watching Arizona PBS, and your Arizona connection starts right here.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work.
It does.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Welcome. How utterly charming. Are you ready to get it going? How does an English fan come to be Italian Riviera?
A fresh start.
Can I trust you? Are you ready for the show? You can't be afraid to show them what you've got, what you want.
Are we having a party?
Of course, the more the merrier.
I love this place. It's my home now. Trouble in paradise. I can't do it on my own.
This is revenge.
There are consequences.
Be careful.
Nothing like this. Nothing like this. Oh. You look like you need rescuing.
Don't we all?
What is it that you want? I just want to let go. I choose how I live.
There is the passion that I've been looking for.
Welcome back to Cronkite News. I'm Diana Quintero. Arizona Governor Doug Ducey last year signed Bill 1420, which authorizes the use of Mexico's consular identification card as a state ID. Cronkite News reporter Jimena Vera explains how this is helping the Mexican community.
The consular identification is a biometric card with the latest technology. For years, it has been issued by Mexican consulates in the United States, but it wasn't until last year that Arizona accepted this identification document as valid.
Karina Ruiz is a Mexican activist and a DACA recipient. She says she obtained the consular ID.
It's a relief because it's something as simple. People don't think about it because most people have some form of ID.
Ruiz says the consular ID helps her in different situations.
That I can present to officers, police officers, as a way of identification.
In Arizona, almost 26% of the total population is from Mexico, according to the latest data from World Population Review. Consul General of Mexico, Jorge Mendoza, says the document gives confidence to his community.
It was a bill that authorized the consular identifications to be valid and accepted by Arizona's authorities at the state and local levels.
Law enforcement agencies in Arizona accept the consular ID. According to the Sergeant Philip Krinsky from the Phoenix Police Department, the document also helps when fighting crime.
Because again, it's not just, yes, identifying somebody on a traffic stop, but it's also verifying witness information and witnesses. Because a lot of times I know people are afraid to come forward and speak.
Since Ruiz obtained her consular ID, she has been able to use it at stores.
I would be asked to provide a form of identification to make sure that I'm of age to buy alcohol, and knowing that I can use this matricula.
The document does not authorize new rights or responsibilities for non-citizens. It simply acknowledges Arizona government accepts cards issued by countries using strict biometric identity verification techniques such as Mexico. In the newsroom, Jimena Vera, Cronkite News.
The latest poll shows the Arizona governor's race is too close to call. The poll was conducted by OH Predictive Insights October 4th through the 6th. Of the more than 670 likely voters, Republican Kari Lake holds a slim lead over Democrat Katie Hobbs, just a 3-point difference. That's within the margin of error of 3.77 percentage points. 9% of those polled were still undecided. Every year, fire departments celebrate Fire Prevention Week, informing residents to make sure families have a fire safety plan. This year, students who are learning to be firefighters demonstrate some of the firefighting techniques they're learning to keep people safe. Fire science students at Western Maricopa Education Center, or WestMech, demonstrated some of their firefighting tactics. They remind everyone to check their smoke detectors at least twice a year. Jacob King is a firefighter and instructor at WestMech and says it's important for everyone to have a good basis of fire prevention.
You implement these things in your house and you make sure that, you're not overloading your sockets. You're not playing with matches. You're not leaving flames unattended, right? You're teaching these kids from a young age about fire safety and the detriment that it will do. You're going to limit the chance that a fire is going to break out in your house and displace however many people that live there.
Local fire departments encourage everyone to take fire safety precautions, especially in colder months. Students in the WestMech Fire Science program can earn certification in just 1 year. The Grand Marshal for next year's Rose Bowl Parade is now announced, and a former Arizona Congresswoman will take the honorary position. Organizers announced Gabby Giffords will lead the famous parade in Pasadena, California. Giffords and her husband, U.S. Senator Mark Kelly, have been advocates for gun control after she was shot in the head during a meet and greet event in Tucson in 2011. She survived the assassination attempt, but had to learn how to walk and speak again. The parade takes place January 2nd. Even after monsoon season wrapped up, it looks like we might still have some rain headed our way this weekend. Peyton Major is in the Cronkite Weather Center with the details.
What if I told you that by Sunday, we could be 20 degrees cooler than today? Well, this low pressure system has been pretty persistent off of the coast of California the last few days. It's moving inland and it's going to bring showers to Arizona tomorrow and Sunday. You can see tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, there'll be plenty of showers actually moving throughout the evening. And then by Sunday evening, the low pressure will be moved out and it'll be clear skies again. A flood watch is in effect until Sunday morning because of this in Phoenix, also out west. And the Storm Prediction Center agrees. You could see thunderstorm risk for the entire state and marginal, which is 1 level higher for Phoenix and out in the central west as well. Rainfall this weekend will pick up to an inch of rain in Phoenix. Some areas even higher in the high country. But let's talk a little bit about this storm. You could see rain will be all day tomorrow into Sunday morning, up to an inch of rain. We're going to see dust, hail, lightning, high winds. Those are all possibilities tomorrow. And in the high country, a very similar story. Some areas will pick up over an inch, and we're even going to see some snow possibilities in the White Mountains over 10,000 feet. So today was 97 degrees, but tomorrow will be 81. That's over a 15-degree drop from today, and then Sunday will be even lower into the 70s. All of next week will be in the mid to upper 80s. You could see pretty comfortable and sunny, nice fall-like temperatures. It's actually really rare to see 70 degrees in October. We usually see that around January or February. In the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Peyton Major.
The NFL recently updated its concussion protocol after fans and other athletes accused the organization for allowing a concussed player to return to the game. Now, the spotlight is on high school football, where concern grows over head injuries. A new study in the medical journal Pediatrics suggests that changing the way high schoolers practice could help. The researchers from Indiana University studied 3 Midwestern teams last year using mouth sensors to see the impact different plays and drills have on an athlete's head. One neurosurgeon says the numbers were astounding.
74 players a season, they looked at 7,300 head impacts. So it's close to 100 impacts per player on average. That's a lot of head impacts on these high school football players. And it's not just concussions, it is these subconcussive or just head impacts of any sort. They accumulate over time.
Because of that cumulative effect, researchers say minimizing head impacts in practice drills could reduce head injuries overall. That's it for today's top news stories. Back to you, Nikki.
Coming up after the break, lace up your shoes because SneakerCon came to town. We'll let you know how many brands were there and who made special guest appearances.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Hello, I'm Adrienne Farewell, and I'm proud to serve as General Manager of Arizona PBS. From Phoenix to the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff to Prescott, and everywhere in between, this station is the best way to remain connected to all that's going on in our beautiful state. So whether you're interested in arts, culture, and music, to local politics and education, we've got you covered. You're watching Arizona PBS, and your Arizona connection starts right here.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Damn, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work. It does.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Welcome.
How utterly charming. Are you ready to get it going? How does an English fan come to be Italian Riviera?
A fresh start. Can I trust you?
Are you ready for the show?
You can't be afraid to show them what you've got, what you want.
Are we having a party?
Of course, the more the merrier.
I love this place. It's my home now. Trouble in paradise. I can't do it on my own.
This is revenge.
There are consequences.
Be careful.
Nothing like this. Nothing like this. Oh.
You look like you need rescuing.
Don't we all?
What is it that you want?
I just want to let go.
I choose how I live.
There is the passion that I've been looking for.
SneakerCon recently made its way to the Valley and roughly 5,000 people packed the venue. Cronkite News reporter Caleb Wiley tells us why SneakerCon is more than just a showcase for fancy kicks.
SneakerCon, the greatest sneaker show on earth, had fans from across the country flock to Phoenix to buy, sell, trade, or just look at the best shoes the game has to offer. There was also other gear and jewelry on display for sale.
Yeah, buy, sell, and trade. That was always the core of our business and our events, and it's just grown to be much more than that. You got parents bringing out their kids as a bonding, this is what kids are into.
The range in vendors and brands is far and wide. From eBay and Monster to the average person selling shoes, there is a place for any type of business, which is why brands like Royalty Clothing Club has not missed a single SneakerCon since 2011.
The why that we keep coming to SneakerCon is the networking part of SneakerCon. So we're able to expand our business, let people know about our brand in different cities.
Aside from the business and entertainment, fans have the chance to meet basketball influencers like GeoWise and pro athletes like Kyrie Walker.
I'm mostly in the house, so it's giving me an opportunity, to meet new people that see me over YouTube or Instagram. I actually get a chance to meet me in real life. It's pretty dope to me.
The swag on display is more than just cool apparel. For Phoenix Mercury player Sophie Cunningham, it's another part of the game. Look good, play good.
I think that our game day outfits, our tunnel outfits is what we call them. It's starting to be like a little fashion show. It's a pretty swaggy event. You got to dress to impress. And so regardless of what you're wearing, people are always looking at your feet and what you're wearing.
Most importantly, SneakerCon is a safe space to appreciate streetwear for people who need it.
I didn't have anything like this growing up. I didn't have a place where I could come and do business in a safe environment around something as cool as shoes or clothing. So to be able to provide this platform around the globe to kids and entrepreneurs, it's a blessing for us.
SneakerCon has had 13 shows this year, with 20 shows already set up for next year. In Phoenix, Caleb Wiley, Cronkite News.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us. For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.